Friends, how's it going? Today we're playing some Sims 4 again, and I've made a house for, well, the vampire Leon. I didn't make it for him. Let's just get right into the lore of this house. So, pretty much this house used to belong to a scientist, a very famous one, from a lineage of scientists that used to live in close proximity to the mountains of this region. And our friend Leon came in. He found the scientist on his own, as he used to be, always. The only people who would visit him were his family, but they have all migrated to another country. He might have gotten rid of the scientist, and now he lives in his house. So this video is going to serve as a walkthrough, just as a display to show you what the house looks like. I'm gonna place Leon here soon, so that we can have some stories with him and with Roselia, Redan, and Kazan. So let us get started with just the garden. Well, as I said, he used to have visits from his family, though he rarely allowed them to enter the house itself, so they would mostly spend the time having a picnic here in the garden, on the ground with a little bit of a grill. You know, just a good time in nature. He also has he used to have a statue of his ancestor, one of his great achieving grandfathers, because from both sides of the family, both grandfathers were scientists. So he is pretty much the accumulation of a of mixing two genius genes. So they enter the house. It just looks very average until you come to the first part of the house, and it's the entrance, and you can see the place is video secured. No one was allowed to enter this place, and there were two ways he made sure that no one does. One was the security camera, so technology-wise. The other one was this magical door that he had found in one of his expeditions. The door would only open if you used a certain knocking mechanism, so you had to knock in a certain pattern, and if you knocked wrong, well, the knights over here are there for a reason. They would raise their swords and, yeah, they would make the situation ugly. Let us continue on. Let's just say we know the knocking combination, and this is his living room. And now the architecture of this house is not only, well, what the scientists used to do, but now Leon, the vampire, has come here and he has changed up a little. Like, the pool here used to be just a regular pool. Now it is a blood bath, so to say. And if you are wondering what happened to all the blood of the villagers that he sacks, well, here is your answer. No drop is wasted. Well, maybe it is. He does drink from it sometimes. The scientists used to sit here and just watch the water in the pool. Don't ask me why. One of his weird quirks. He was weird. He was a weird man. This side of the room used to be empty, but our vampire friend used the opportunity to make a shrine of the elder vampire who once had turned him, just with his own banner and the banner of the vampire of a powerful house. As you can see, he is different than the vampire who was turned to Redan. from a different main bloodline. Also some paintings. This looks kind of like Vienna. This looks like a certain fantasy map. Maybe it's the Sims map. Don't pay attention to it. It doesn't add up to our lore. Then there is the... Nope. Let me just... Yep. Then there is the toilet. And it's just... Well, it used to be scientist's toilet. Now our vampire friend has made it his own. Just added his own stuff. Just a tiny but very practical toilet. Then there is the kitchen over here with, well, highly technological kitchen objects. Well, I think there is a better word to say, well, to say that, but let's just stick with kitchen objects. Also the proteins, I believe, because even a scientist needs to watch how much protein he takes on a daily. His first invention when he was a child, just a random light bulb. And flowers that his family used to bring, he kept them alive, and this room is actually... It has just the right humidity that the flowers won't go bad with time. So, yeah. They have been here for about 30 years now. And let's get to the last room, and pretty much this is his lab room. As you can see, there is some ventilating and the air goes out. He had a lot of experiments. This chamber was there so he could wash himself immediately after chemical experiments or radioactive ones, because he had something with which he could wash away radioactive rays. Never shared it with anyone because he had this grand plan of inventing something great and then sharing all of his inventions. And by not sharing anything and not being able to make anything great before dying, he just made sure that the world never got any of his beautiful technology over here. And then there is the bed of our vampire, the only thing he added to this room. It is quite shabby, but it is the first thing he had as a vampire. Currently he isn't rich like Redan, but he is doing very well. He does raid villages after all, and he is somewhat of a warlord. He has a standing army, a mixture of a gang and a mercenary army, though he still sleeps in the first casket that he had. It has special sentimental meaning to him, just like, well, the painting does. He, unlike Redan as well has a painting of his ancestor, but unlike him, he actually really cares about his ancestry and where he has come from. There's also just another scientific device, some things this all used to belong to the professor, and yeah, now it doesn't belong to him anymore, it belongs to our friend. So this would be the house. I believe it's a good addition to our world. If we take a look outside, I haven't yet made the move in, but I am slowly but surely filling up the neighborhood, and I think one day I'm just gonna have every single NPC, every single house be a creation of mine. So if you take a look at the map, this mountain has been probably colonized. Kazan with Rosalia's brother over there on the mountain, Rosalia and Redan, and Pegasus after all here, and now he will come and live here, but him living there is gonna be a secret because everyone still believes that the scientist is there. Well, that would be all for today. I hope you had a good time and hope you like the architecture. I'm trying to make the things like a little unordinary, you know, just a little different so that it remains fresh. I want this city to be like a wacky mixture of times and things that have happened, so everything doesn't make sense on its own, but if we take the whole world and the lore into consideration, it should make sense. Anyway, I hope you had a good time. I certainly had, and if you had, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I hope to see you on the next one. Till then, ciao.